Hey guys, and welcome back to the General Admission Podcast. I'm joined by, as always, Seb, Joe, and Archer.
Not always, mate. This is the first time I've been whole for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah. Joe's back. He was at the game last week. Round 18. Seb, you just said. You know, we're getting through it.
Yeah.
We started round 11 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
We've been going for close to 3 months now.
Yeah.
Started with 10 views per episode. Now it's still at 10 views per
Yeah.
Now at 8.
Yeah, we're dropping. I think Kisso stopped watching.
Yeah.
I cut down.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways,
thanks
let's
to
get
you
into
guys who still do watch.
it. Exactly.
Anyway.
Thanks for the 8 of you. Let's
I'm pretty sure half of them are here.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into round 18. The Sharks beating Dragons 52-16. That was a Thursday night game. Look, always going into this game with a Ben Hunt saga casting a dark cloud over the club. It was always going to be an uphill battle for the Dragons, but I thought they started off pretty well.
They looked pretty good for the first
They
20.
took the lead twice,
Yeah.
but so they went 6-0 up, and then when Sharks equalised, and I saw that how soft that Nico Hines try was, I just knew it was going to be a long game.
And
even when Dragons scored, I just knew it was going to be a long
What's
game.
it called?
They cannot defend that team. They
Ben-
cannot defend.
I mean, better than some.
Ben Hunt was trying to do
Real.
a karate kick at one point.
Yeah.
There's one try.
He tried
where
to
it's
intercept.
atrocious.
He tried to intercept Moylan's pass.
Yeah.
But looked like a complete fool. Like a
Looked like a starfish.
Poor guy.
exactly. But
Colin Patrick.
he apparently is going to ramp up his efforts to leave once Origin's over, so
I
hopefully he's
I wonder
out.
what that means though. Ramp up your efforts. Just
It'll be I will stop playing unless you release me.
why does Lomax get the all clear straight away and Hunt?
Because who cares?
But still, I feel like it's a bit unjust for. But the club is just willing to go. All right, Lomax, you want to out? Yeah, go on straight away.
I'm pretty sure Lomax didn't request a release. I'm pretty sure the club just told
The
him.
club just said
The club told him to leave.
Not told him to
Oh,
leave. He's free to explore his options.
Is that really?
it's the we no longer require your services talk.
Ooh.
Which is very different to Ben Hunt, where they're saying, "Nah, you're here for another 2 years." I think he'll leave. Before
He'll
season's
leave.
end.
Yeah. Oh, not before the season. I reckon he'll play the season.
He's going to ramp up efforts.
He'll-
I thought he wanted to stay till the end of the year, didn't he?
He wants
Well,
out.
Dragons have nothing to gain by letting him go.
When's the deadline?
There
there a
is no
deadline?
deadline. That's
There
what they
is.
always say.
Isn't there? It's August.
So
I thought there isn't a trade deadline.
There
'cause
is.
it's
there
not for
has to
team.
be. You know why? Because what if the Dragons finish the season in the bottom 8 and then he just goes to the Broncos?
Yeah,
you're right.
It's August.
It is August.
It has to
but
be.
which is still
Or late
very
July,
late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
July
Like
30.
July,
Maybe you think July 30. I think.
What they
July,
need is
August.
the window. But anyway, we don't need to
Well,
get
they've shut
into
that
that.
down.
Yeah.
Anyways, not much to say about this game. The Sharks, the bottom 8 bullies, as Archer loves to say.
I hate teams like that.
But Nico Hines.
The bottom 9 bullies, though.
Even bottom 9 bullies. Even my cousin said he's a Sharks fan. He said he's happy for them just to do their job. They're in the top 4. Just do their job. Just slam the teams below them.
No.
And then
No.
Who knows what happens in finals?
I
exactly. in
disagree.
finals, just hope to go on a lucky run.
I disagree. This is giving shades of. I don't want to bring it up again, but it's giving shades of Manly in a certain year. But I'm not going to say. Look what
We
happened
should just have
last
an
year.
ongoing tally.
Yeah,
Look,
look-
just Manly side.
Look what happened last year. They got battered around by a proper team that was lower than them, right? A lot of teams are going to batter them in the finals. They play a
All
semi
right, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Moving on to the next game.
Archer, your Rabbitohs fell 28-6 short to the Warriors. How'd you feel about this game?
Yeah,
They won.
they fell short. 20.
Oh, they beat Warriors 28-6.
Couldn't you tell
I
by
meant to say the other way around.
couldn't you tell by
Warriors,
my mood?
Yeah,
I
I meant to say the other way around. Warriors fell
What's
short
it-
to the Rabbitohs.
I'll tell you what happened.
He never doubted them for a second.
I
That's what.
never
Just
doubted-
make sure you don't watch last week's podcast.
You know what? That was very good bounce back, especially against a good Warriors team. I thought that Munro kid, he showed flashes. He wasn't involved enough, I felt like, but for the debut, I thought he showed flashes. He impressed me in some aspects. But I think this is a very good bounce back game. But this team is just, I can still tell they're just all over the place about Trell.
So they're not finishing on 5th.
Well, next week against the Dog, I don't know. But Warriors just didn't turn up as well. I reckon if Warriors turned up,
Too many errors.
I reckon if they turned up and played decent, I reckon they could have probably.
Well, it's
nick
the same as
win.
the Dragons. They started off strong, and then once the Rabbitohs, that's the thing. Rabbitohs are that team that once they get rolling, there is no stopping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they score 1, 2, 3 tries, it's too late. You have to get them whilst they're down.
It's-
If you give the Rabbitohs the upper hand,
Yeah.
they just
Game.
Cody
It's-
Walker. Once he's in the hot seat, you know.
Once we get 2 tries, it's just all downhill from there. Like the momentum in our attack is like magical.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this week was very important considering we're slipping down the table. So it's a good win. Got Bulldogs next week.
Do we know when Trell's back? Has there been any confirmation?
It'll be around round 20, round 21. They're saying at least he'll return around.
Round 21, I think they said.
He'll return.
So him and
around.
Cleary within a week of each other. That's exciting.
Yeah, but
And Pap was running the other day.
Yeah, it's just, mate, you're talking about Supercoach in a rugby league podcast.
What?
No.
What?
He
Mentioning
was-
that
he
Pappenhausen might be back. That's not relevant to Supercoach.
Yeah, Supercoach.
All right.
Well, it is relevant, but it's
Supercoach,
also
yeah.
NRL relevant.
Yeah, this is the first time you tipped against the Rabbitohs.
I always believed in the boys. I was just giving them a bit of a fire up. So I watched the podcast and said,
Even Archer's
Who's this
like,
absolute
our
tosser?
our biggest legend fan of the club, he isn't believing us. And, they went on and said, we'll prove them wrong this week.
Yeah.
And they dominated.
That's
So,
very honourable of you, Arch,
yeah.
to sacrifice your tipping tally
All
for the
right,
cause.
let's move on. Second game of Friday. Penrith beating Storm 34-16. I
Had
really
the
enjoyed
shadows of a good game, and then
yes,
just slipped
I enjoyed
away.
the game, but then again they just slipped away. It was
Yep.
very back and forth.
Yep.
You knew what you were getting yourself into. It's a Penrith Storm game. Who tipped? One of you tipped Storm, I think.
I did, yeah. I think it was split.
I
wasn't it?
tipped
So
Storm.
I was the only one who tipped Penrith actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them in a multi, but I didn't tip them.
It was a bit of a boring start.
Yeah.
But it settled into what you'd expect, and just Penrith got the better. Honestly, like, I don't think they looked leagues better than Melbourne. It just
Well, I
But
think
then again, I always
yeah.
say this whenever two top teams play. I think if you're walking away the 2 points, it doesn't matter how you're doing it.
Yeah, no.
If
Yeah.
Penrith, you're playing a top team, you want to survive
Yeah.
against. If you're playing, if it was Penrith Bulldogs and they won by 2, it'd be embarrassing to be played bad
Yeah.
against a bottom 8 team. But
Yeah.
but
a win's a win.
a win's a win.
I will
especially
say
against-
I expected more from Munster, who had the week off.
Oh, the commentator, I only watched the last 20 minutes of this game. They wouldn't shut up about Munster being like, oh, if anyone's going to win you this game, it's going to be Munster.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't shut up about it, and then
Yeah.
you did nothing.
I
So-
Yeah.
will bring up an interesting point. I
Okay.
think
We'll be the judge of that.
it's actually a pretty good point. I think that game just shows that if you aren't full strength, you don't really have a shot at beating Penrith. In my opinion, if you're not full strength,
Who were they missing?
I don't.
Katoa,
They're missing Munster.
say
No,
Pappenheisen.
Munster
played.
played.
You could
Oh,
say
you played
Pappenheisen. Yeah.
But if you're not on the ball that day and you're not full strength, then you'll probably lose by 16 or something like that, which is a scary thought.
Yeah.
I mean, in the past,
With no Cleary as well.
you've seen in the past teams with such desperation and just trying everything, and they just can't get done in the finals, which is pretty alarming, to be honest. Or maybe it just shows Cleary isn't as important as we think he is.
And
for
again,
that.
like last
you
week,
can say
yeah, well,
yeah.
Cogger was a failed NRL project who's now
well,
come out
listen,
of green.
like
for
last
Penrith.
week, I just wanted to say on that, Cogger, who that is his 6th game of the year, I think 5th or 6th game of the year. He spent the year last year in England,
Yeah.
and
And the
he's
year
done
before
nothing. The year before that as well. He did nothing with the Bulldogs, and I
Yeah.
think he was with another club. So he hasn't done anything up until now, and he's obviously, anyone could walk into.
It's
this
the same, but I was going to say, we've been saying, it's what we always used to say about Melbourne, where they'll take a crappy player and just turn them
Oh,
good,
not to
because
say
just
Nick
existing-
Maney, not saying Nick Maney's a crappy player, but
Yeah, but he
look at
wasn't-
Maney at the Bulldogs, look at Maney at the Storm.
Yeah, when you exist in that, I think it's cultural as well as just playing with.
And that's what
the
Penrith
best.
have developed these past
Yeah.
couple of years. They can just produce these young
A
talents
really, really strong.
to the point where they
Yeah.
could just pick anyone like Cogger. I think under Cleary's leadership.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, and you saw the
Gordon.
exact same thing with Sean O'Sullivan as well. Sean O'Sullivan, with the games he played, looked phenomenal last year.
and that's why he's doing well at the Dolphins. You can say.
Oh, he's been injured for the last 2 months. Last week, this
Di-
week was
well,
his first game back.
Beginning of the year.
Yeah, he
you
looked
know.
good.
But yeah,
Um,
they're
yeah.
getting better and better as the season goes on. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it comes final.
So let's move on to Joe, your Raiders with a 26-22 win against the Titans.
Another sketchy win for the Raiders.
Yep.
Just
It's
sliding
the
past
same. It's the
teams.
same comment every single week. A win's a win.
Yeah.
But God.
Now, I just want to say, I had something written down. Do you reckon David Fafita was robbed of that
No.
try? The commentators thought otherwise.
Yeah, well, I know they
And
thought otherwise.
I thought because so Fogarty was using his body to shield
Yeah.
the ball, and he kind of just used his hands just to get around him. I
got
don't think
shot.
I don't think that's classified as taking.
But like, if you look
Someone
at the actual replay, Fogarty is putting his leg out as Fafita shoves him, and he misses the ball.
But
which
do you know what is
because of his
interesting?
shove.
After he scored, it didn't even look like Fogarty was complaining to the ref. It looked like he was, yeah.
Well, it
Fafita
gets
scored.
checked anyway if he complains or not. So it doesn't really matter if he
I think at
complains.
the end of the
I'm
day,
saying it looked like
if
Fogarty.
he uses his hands, it's a done
It
deal.
looked like he was
You
just
can- you
like,
can-
I'm going to
you
use
can-
Archer's demonstration. It looked like he had just like kind of just used his hands
Yeah,
to
but you
rustle
can't do
around.
it. You
and-
can't do it. If you, we
I
all
think
know
it- yeah.
shoulder to shoulder is fine. If
on the
you're
rule
using
book,
hands-
on the rule book,
he
on
put
the
him
rule
off
book,
balance, which
Yeah.
impeded his ability to
Yeah.
make play at the ball.
Yeah. I think it was just a harsh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's classic. It's
But
the
then
reason
if-
the commentators
if it
don't
was
like it is
given as
because
a-
you
if
only
it
pick it up.
If
watching
it was given
100
as a
times.
try, you could say it the other way. But I
Live,
just
you
thought
probably
that
give it
was-
a
yeah.
try, but when you slow it down,
I hate to drift a tiny bit away from the game, but have you guys heard that David Fafita and Tino free agents now?
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Check the news. I saw an article with something to do with the
No,
owner or
Fafita's
something,
Fafita's re-signed.
and they're free to leave. No, I saw it. I saw it in the group chat. The I don't know why I'm in the West Tigers group chat,
I'm
but
pretty sure Fafita
that-
re-signed
I
earlier.
haven't-
this year.
yeah, I remember that as well.
I haven't heard about that.
I think they're free agents soon.
I don't-
Like they're free to leave. They're going to leave soon, both of them. I saw.
Well,
I
okay.
saw an
All
article.
right.
Well, I don't know too much.
Feel free to
about that,
fact
so-
check us, please.
Yeah.
Or just tell us
When they re-sign for the Bunnies next week, you can come back to this and tell us right. So.
But yeah. Anything else you thought of that game, just as a performance? You know, another scrappy
Honestly,
win, but
like,
you're getting points on the board.
We didn't look very great. Titans were probably played as the better team, but yeah, it's just
Yeah.
frustrating.
Which
as
story of the Raiders season?
No, well, no, not really.
Mm.
But look,
You want
they've
to
scraped past this many times. Who's to say they can't do that 4 times in the
Mm.
finals?
Well, yeah, we can beat anyone on our day. We have a good enough side to beat anyone.
Well,
But
yeah,
we
it's just
just-
when does the luck run out?
No, well they've
I mean, we've beaten some team champion.
they've had some like convincing wins against big teams as well early in the season. I feel like.
Maybe
Some.
we beat Broncos, we beat Sharks,
Yeah, Rabbitohs.
beat Rabbitohs, yeah.
Oh yeah, we beat.
Yeah.
Did they?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I don't remember. That.
All right. Let's. All right.
I can't.
All right. The next
Do you want
game.
me to introduce this one?
The next game.
You can't do it.
I can't do it.
It was a 4-0 thumping of the West Tigers.
The most
What are your thoughts on the
embarrassing
game, Seb?
defeat of all time.
Well, look, I'm just glad that the Tigers have entered the record books as for something.
Third highest.
The worst
It's
team
the
of all
it's
time.
the worst loss in the NRL era.
Oh, okay.
Since 1935.
Huh?
Since
Yeah.
1935.
And since we became the NRL, no one has lost like that. There isn't much to say. Like realistically, like what do you say about
I
that?
have something to say, but we'll leave it for our hot take segment at the
Oh,
end.
I've got something.
Because
to
my
say.
hot take segment is related to this whole.
I
thing.
think this wouldn't have happened if we had Luke Brooks.
Yeah,
He's
right.
the heart and
There's-
soul of our team.
there's.
You would have kicked the field goal in there.
I want to save it for the hot takes, but there's. You can, on one hand, you could say Brooks and Coruscant being there would have made a difference, but on the other hand, because
You'd like to think on our attack, but at the
on our
same
attack
time-
and us scoring points means that they don't have the ball. If
The
we
scary
score-
thing is
if
though,
we
is we've
score-
actually been a very defensively solid
Yeah,
side all year.
All year, bar a few.
Bar
the
a few,
Broncos,
the Broncos
games.
game. Other than that, teams have struggled to score on us. It's time and time
Well, I
again. We're
think
losing games.
What's
but
happened is now that we don't have Brooks and Coruscant, since we can't attack, when you score, a few minutes off the clock, take the kick, get the ball back. That's you maintaining possession.
Yeah, but
We're not scoring. We're not getting up the field. We don't have Brooks
Yeah.
Brooks' kicking game. We don't have Coruscant's scoots from dummy half to win a set restart or a penalty. So we don't have that attacking
and
flair.
so many errors
On the
anytime
line,
we had the ball, we just
on the
dropped it.
goal line,
Bateman
we
was
don't know
dreadful.
if
Yeah.
like I saw a play. Wakeham got tackled on the 4th, so we had Dane Laurie
Yeah,
as the only half who isn't a half. Sean Bloor had to put in a bloody kick,
yeah, that's what.
and that was our only attack. They got a drop. We got a drop out.
Yeah.
They won a drop out, and then I didn't see another attack. We had.
Is it too early to rule the Tigers out of the top 8 race this
No,
year?
I think you're always too early.
I
You never
think-
know with Tigers.
You never
do
know because I actually did light a
Jinx.
predictor. I did light a predictor with my cousin today, and if we win every single game, we could come 6th. We could come 6th.
We have to win every single game.
Yeah, if we win every
Just to
single
come
game.
sixth.
If we lose one, we can come 8. If we lose one, so we need to lose.
That's crazy how early we're like done and out.
Yeah.
You still got
Considering
like
how
one
close to the
round.
competition-
We can only afford one loss. If we lose 2 games, then we can't make the 8.
Oh,
That's crazy.
okay. I want to shine some light because I watched this game. I was
Good
very,
on you.
I was very happy. Not because
Why?
Because he won his
Because
bet.
He didn't even win a
Stupid
bid.
multi.
Wait, what did he win? How much did he win?
$200.
Oh, that's all right.
But anyway, I will because I was looking at the Cowboys and I feel like we need to credit them a bit.
No.
No.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no because they conceded, and this is part of my hot take. They conceded 66 points literally a month ago.
And they've
To the
won
same
4 games
team.
in a row,
Yeah,
beating
makes
good teams apart from.
Okay,
us.
you can credit not this performance. You can credit the way they've turned their club around. But a game like this that's not rugby league. And again, I'm gonna get into my hot
Okay.
take.
Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on.
But yeah,
I
we'll
just
move
want
on
to give a special
because we're gonna come back. We're gonna come
I
back
was-
to this.
I-
The scoreboard does it for
No,
us.
but I was just gonna say I thought Tom Dearden was like
Yeah,
unreal.
everyone like the staff.
No, just
last time
specifically.
when we played them last time, Starfatoa had 2 tries, 3 assists, 5 line breaks. You know,
You could throw a dart at a dartboard and find someone on the Cowboys who played
Exactly.
pretty damn good. So
Anyway.
So I'm just trying to shine some light on some young talent.
Broncos at the Gabba beat the Dolphins 24-16. Yeah, this is
honestly,
Good game,
I don't
close
remember a
game.
single thing in the South game.
Yeah.
I do. I watched the game. I watched all 3 games.
Dolphins could have won.
yeah.
You know,
They had opportunities.
I had a very good Saturday of footy. I sat on the couch with 6-pack, just watched all the games all the way through.
Yes,
And
technically alcoholism.
why can't I just have a beer and watch?
All right, what were your thoughts on the game?
So
Sorry, just thinking about
Yeah.
the Tigers pissed me off.
what's it called? It was. I will say that Cobbo try to win the game. I was going berserk when that happened. It was insane. He's turned around to win the game for the Broncos, right? So when the Dolphins went up, I was like, oh crap, the Broncos are probably going to lose this. There's nothing going on. He's kicked it, ran out of the field, beat everyone and scored.
It was a good try.
It was probably the best try I've seen all year. It was very good, but a bit unlucky for the Dolphins in my opinion. They stuck in there, you know. They got up in the dying moments of the game, and I mean, it took them a freak effort
Yeah.
of a try to get that win.
Another great performance by Ezra Man.
Yep.
Tigers, just give him 1.5 mil. I don't care. I don't care about cap space. I don't care too much for one player. If that's what it takes to bring someone coordinated
And
to our club, exactly.
Someone who can make a tackle.
Exactly,
Someone
someone
wake
who
him.
Someone who can actually find the line on last tackle. You know, who has that X factor about him. You know, he got another 2 try assists today, and
But yeah, at the end of the day, Broncos just keep chugging along.
Mm.
I think there are quite a few teams in the comp that we know they're going to make the 8, so it's kind of just about getting there now.
yeah,
Yeah.
well,
We're, we're just waiting around for final time.
It was a 3-horse race with the Rabbits, but now it's just a 2-horse race. Between
Yeah. It's
Brisbane,
hard to, like-
Brisbane and Penrith for the minor premiership.
We have 2 buys. We're still. Once we get Troll back, we'll win every
but
game. from
my
there.
point is, a lot of the intrigue about Penrith going up against Melbourne, it's hard to read into it too much because so many of these games can go either way. It really is just about now. How is it going to go in September?
Yeah.
And the casualties list in terms of
Yeah,
injuries,
exactly.
stuff like that.
Can players return? Who will be out?
You know,
But yeah.
bit of form maybe.
The
as well.
the bottom 8 race will be a good one though.
Yeah.
Those last
Spoon
2 or
race is
3.
close as well.
I think
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 teams
I-
that are like
I-
kind of in the middle of the pack in the bottom
Yeah,
eight,
I
and they're
know.
kind of.
There are 3 teams.
Bulldogs Knights.
There are 3 teams. I
2 points in front of you guys.
I kid you not. There are 3 teams in a wooden spoon battle. The remaining 14 are in a top 8 fight.
it's probably the closest
Even the
year in a
Knights,
while.
the
Realistically, though, a few of them aren't. There's no chance. But on the ladder currently, they.
Listen, the Knights are on 17
Roosters aren't
points. The
going
Knights
to.
are 14th with 17 points. They're 3 points outside the 8.
Yeah.
I can still make the 8.
Every other year, you're saying they're right in it.
Yeah, every other year, you at this stage, you would say there's only like 2-3 teams still in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I reckon there's only 3 teams out.
Yeah,
I reckon it's still
great year of footy.
great
yeah,
year.
very, the
Well,
closest I can remember.
In some way, there's a great year of footy. Less disparity in previous years, but there's even greater disparity for the bottom 3, and that's what we'll get into later. But Knights. The next game, Knights beating Bulldogs 66-0. Again, this is part of my hot take. If you haven't already guessed what it's going to be about, but
I thought it
there's
was
nothing
gonna
to
be
say
seven.
about
Bulldogs look worse than
It's
Titans.
Knights are having a
ridiculous.
lot of fun. which I
Phoenix
enjoyed to
Crossland
watch.
played very well.
And they were just going through the guts over and over again.
But
It was
but-
as like as someone who has a lot invested in outside backs. It was very frustrating to see the Bulldogs fold so easily through the middle.
Man.
Bradman Best was phenomenal as well. He probably had
Yeah.
Three
I mean-
tries, 2 assists. Ponga 3 assists.
It was kind of bound to happen for Bradman Best because so many games he plays a similar play style and it doesn't work. So it's good.
So he's
It's
just
good.
ready to like
Yeah,
pounce
he's
on
a
crap
he's a
team.
run first
Yeah.
centre.
And if he has someone on him, he might offload.
So that poses
Yeah.
the question: do the Knights look stronger? Weird, than this game isn't a clear indication because it was a one team rocked up. But
I think
do the Knights look stronger with Gamble or Miller in the side?
Gamble because it means Pong is a fullback and he's just elite.
I think Miller.
It's the same problem that Roosters have as well. You got
Yeah.
2 good fullbacks. The Roosters, they tried to put Joey Manu at 5'8", but Roosters play well when he's at fullback. But
Yeah, you've
Tedesco's
got
there.
Tedesco and he's your captain.
yeah,
We'll get to see Manu at fullback again next week.
yeah,
right.
Origin
Why
maybe.
not?
Yeah, Bruce have a bye, don't they?
Do they? Yeah, they do.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Killer.
Crazy.
yeah,
Okay.
it's really nice to see Manu play fullback.
Oh, it's
He's
brilliant.
very dangerous there.
But he also
Yeah, he looks
it
phenomenal
is
at
it
centre.
is it is crazy how he's like a third playmaker in the
Yeah.
centres. They look to him because I know Sam
Well, they
Smith.
get him to float as well.
Yeah.
Well,
like-
yeah. Let's move on to the Manly Roosters game now. Literally, good
Oh
segue.
yeah.
Manly just holding the Roosters off to the last second, 18-16 win. Yeah, I thought they just got unlucky this game. I thought the Roosters played well considering what we've seen all season.
Manly
I
just
think the Roosters
defended their
played well.
guts out in that
Fair.
last 10. Crazy the Roosters.
That
were
last-
all over
that
the
last-
place.
Ben Travojevic
Yeah,
won the
yeah.
winner.
So after Roosters went up through Manu in the second half, literally the last 20 minutes,
Yeah.
all Manly, just Manly. Roosters were just trying to just like kick. Manly would pick it up at halfway and just keeping it in their
But
half.
Manly, I don't know what they were doing. There was quite a few attacking sets where they didn't, like Schuster didn't touch the ball. Where,
They think just Cherry Evans is the danger man.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess, but look what happened. As soon as Schuster had the ball, he assisted that try.
I think they're just trying to alleviate some of the pressure.
Yeah,
with
maybe.
with him re-signing as well.
Yeah.
They want his mental health right and stuff.
Yeah, but he was doing a lot of just, collecting it from the hooker and shifting it off or not even going down his side of the
But
field.
Cherry Evans just, you saw with that intercept
Oh,
try.
stupid from Roosters though.
But
Yeah.
I think you have to credit.
Yeah, credit to
Big
him.
as
But
well
it
for
was
just spotting that.
You're
but yeah.
spreading it on first after a slow
Yeah.
play the ball,
Roosters,
and you're doing
yeah.
it so incredibly slowly.
Roosters just do it to themselves.
But I do think they deserve that win, the Roosters.
No, they
Honestly.
didn't.
No,
No,
it
they
could have gone
didn't.
either
No,
way.
they
I'm happy with it going either way.
They're
I
just-
don't think
I
either
think
team is
Roosters-
particularly.
No, I'm not
I
saying
think-
like they should have won. I'm just saying they would have deserved it if they won it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if they.
Well, I
if they
think
made-
Roosters just would have deserved it, but it was just Manly that whole last 20. Roosters couldn't do anything. But
No.
between the first half,
Oh,
and
I wouldn't say the last one. The last 10, the Roosters were.
Yeah.
well, after well, no, it was,
Well, after
the
up until Manly
Trbojevic
scored.
try.
Yeah, up until the Trbojevic, but before the Trbojevic try,
Yeah, it was
like that 50th to 70th minute period. It was
Yeah,
just
I'd be worried.
What?
that the Manly attack couldn't score more.
So I do want to touch on what you said earlier. They just look for Manu.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing. They
It was
look for
really
Manu.
cool to watch though. Like
He's just
like
that
you're a
danger
centre.
man, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what do we do? Let's just give it to
So
Manu.
my question is, if you're going to have that place there and we're going to say, this is our guy, why not just say that he is actually our guy and put him into a position where you don't have to force it per se?
Yeah.
What I think the
Is
problem.
Sanders Smith really that good?
He looks really good, to be fair.
I know, but to then have to, like, because Manu, so many times they're getting it to him, but the Manly clocked on by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were rushing up. Do you really like?
And that's centre.
It's
You don't
just
have
too
much.
obvious.
You
You
don't
just
have much.
don't have space and room.
You don't have space. To
You're relying on
really
2
work.
tackle breaks minimum
yeah.
for him to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
Their decisiveness in attack is crap, by the way, and what the options they pick in attack on the 5th tackle are crap. The
Teddy just looks
you
wobbly.
you know that
Now,
final
just-
yeah.
play,
Look, I'm gonna
He
say.
just
With,
doesn't
I'm gonna
have
say
that
with
same
Tedesco-
killer.
but you
know-
know that final play, right, where
Yeah.
they put the kick up, you pass that through the hands. That's probably a try.
Yeah,
there was a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
space,
yeah.
and it was probably
Or a grubber. I don't know what the...
anything. That was the crappiest
kick.
decision I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
yeah,
it would have been a good
The
contest to
Yeah.
Manu and
they had like they were on their line.
Boga.
It was just
And,
a bad kick.
and they had
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
kicked it for
kicking
some
again.
reason when they should have just gone through the hands.
just bad. Like, it could have been a great play if he got the kick right. But I would've
the biggest
grubbered or...
I just want to say with Tedesco as well. He played well. He ran for over 200
I know,
meters,
but...
like he does every game. It's not the Tedesco of the Tigers or the early Roosters where he gets the
doesn't
ball.
have that killer instinct in attack anymore. That's what I think he's missing.
It's you know what it is? He's 30 years old.
He's a workhorse
He's
fullback.
30 years old with 9 concussions under his belt. You know, he's just not that. He's old.
I think he'll be
He's
back.
not as-
I think he'll be back.
But also,
Maybe he'll be back,
you look
but
at the-
and also the Roosters are a struggling side as well. Yeah, well,
They're
you look at the great players. They adapt with age. They change
Yeah.
their play style. Tedesco is still trying to do it all
That's
as this
why-
player. He can't break those tackles anymore. He can't outspeed anyone anymore. So he's still trying to do it all,
Well,
and
that's
then
a
he
lot
just ends up running around in circles, looking like a dickhead.
Well, that's what a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know it's talking about a different sport. What a lot of people think will happen to Mbappe when he gets older. I mean, when he loses his speed, you know, will he still be able to adapt to it? But I think you make a great point there.
Yeah.
But look, he's not helped out by he's in a shit Roosters team and a shit New South Wales team. And what's different is everyone's used to, fuck this Roosters, New South Wales, they're shit. Tedesco, he'll be the savior because Tedesco can get the ball, bust through 6 players and score. But he's not doing that. And so the media is putting hate on him because he's not breaking 93 tackles in one set and then scoring, you know, under the sticks. He's not doing what he used to do at 23, but he's still putting up ridiculous numbers for a fullback. 200 meters every game. You know, try assists, line break assists.
But
You know, he's still a danger man, just not that individual, that killer instinct where he could just find the line, you know, the way he used to zigzag and just slither through, you know?
Unfortunately for the Roosters, I'm looking at it dead on. Like, if you're the Roosters, he can't do that and not win games. Then you got to try something different. Get him out of there. That's you can't just rely
get
to
him
the
out
same.
of there.
You have to, because what you go cop 12 next year and the year after and the year after, unless
You
something
can't blame
changes.
Tedesco.
Yeah.
Why are we blaming the
Because
forward
if you
pack?
want that killer instinct, get a fullback that's got that killer instinct.
But you don't need a killer. But Dylan Edwards doesn't have a killer instinct. Gutherson doesn't have a killer instinct. You know, and doesn't have a killer instinct. He's just very good defensively, and he's just very good organizational. He doesn't. When have you seen Gutherson get the ball and just swerve around 5 players and score? You know, like Joey Manu does. Joey Manu has that killer instinct. When he gets the ball, he can score solo tries. Gutherson's just a great team player. He's you know,
Yeah.
but
Tedesco's
need
got
it.
to change his play.
yeah, he's got to change his play
But
style.
I don't
Or he's got to
think he
leave. That's the
doesn't-
one. That's the two options.
You can't.
Play style or get out.
Yeah,
of the
come back
club.
to the Tigers, Teddy.
It's
Come back to the
like
Tigers.
it's just sort of one of the things. It's not even about changing his play style per se. It's about making the right decision with the ball because. Yes, I guess it is about changing his play style because he can't do that run first, so he needs to adapt to being that pass first.
Yeah.
So he can still
Because-
run that 200 meters.
Yeah,
If he runs that
exactly.
200, 220 meters a game, great. But if you add on a try assist, a line break assist to that, even better. That starts putting him in the conversation as one of the better fullbacks in the comp again. If he adds that one try assist, that
Yeah.
one nice pass, at the end of his run.
Well, with what you said, he still thinks he's 23 where he can do that zigzag. He still tries to, so many times I think he just needs to pass it.
Yeah.
He still tries to, be a hog and just go all himself.
What's it called? That's why I like Troll, because he might not get that many touches, but when he does, it's a line break or it's a try assist or a try.
All right, let's move on to tips.
Yeah, we're around 19 next week.
Yep.
So
Reduced round.
Thursday night, I went 7 from 8. Only if Roosters have just beat Manly, I would have gone 8 from 8.
I'm pretty sure I went like 2 from 8.
Yeah, you had an awful week.
You
picked
went
the
all-
Doggies.
Yeah, you picked the
I
Dogs.
picked Tigers, so
Yeah. You picked Tigers.
I did. Yeah.
God.
I'm going to tip the Sharks.
Yeah,
Yep,
Sharks.
Sharks.
Over Tigers.
I'll pick the Sharks, yeah, probably.
Oh, no.
Second game,
These are the two teams I never tip for.
Dragons, Raiders.
But I have to tip the Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah, I'll get the Raiders.
Raiders.
This is Origin round, keep in mind.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
think Raiders are missing.
Horsburgh and
Yeah.
Dragons are missing Hunt. So
Hudson Young as well.
Hudson Young, yeah.
Parramatta versus Warriors.
Fun. No Moses.
No.
That's it. Oh,
Junior
I'm
Paulo.
going to pick Eagles.
Bartle.
I'm going to pick Eagles.
I just don't think Warriors are that great.
I'm picking Eels.
I want Warriors.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Warriors as well.
All right. I'm going
Bounce
Eels.
back
Eagles.
week.
Alright. Rabbitohs versus Bulldogs. I'm going to pick the Rabbitohs.
Bunnies. Do it.
I'm
Fire
picking-
them up.
pick 'em,
Fire
pick
them
I'm
'em.
up.
gonna pick the bunnies.
No.
No way I'm picking dogs.
Titans versus Dolphins.
Oh, I was like, didn't we already do that?
Yeah.
That's because we did it on League Live.
Yeah.
Based on League Live, I have to tip the Titans, but no
Yeah.
David Fafita or Tino,
Or AJ Brimson.
and no Hammer,
No, AJ.
and no Hammer, and no.
Who do I like more without those players?
I think I'm still tipping the Titans.
Brimson.
Oh,
might
maybe
play.
not. They just lost to the
I'm gonna-
Raiders.
I'm gonna tip the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm gonna tip the Dolphins.
Mm.
This is a tough one.
I'm
I'm
gonna,
going to pick the
The
Dolphins.
Battle of Midnight.
I'm gonna pick the Titans.
All right,
Okay.
Archers either going big
There
or
we go.
small
Well, there's
again.
only 4 games, so
5.
5 games. So that's it for the tips. And let's move on to hot takes.
Hot takes.
So,
Do you want to go first?
I'll go last.
I don't have one, so you guys can all skip me.
I can go first. So going on, let's see how long we got. So after that, the Bulldogs thrashing and the Tigers thrashing. It
Wait,
made
if
me
you're gonna make a
think-
hot take, start it off with a message to Tim Sheens, please, because it's a good little clip.
Oh, I don't have anything to say to Tim Sheens.
Okay, then
because
never mind.
at the start of the season, I was mad at Sheens. This isn't Sheens.
all right.
This is.
Do you have a message to the players?
I don't have a message.
Let him say
All
his
right,
hot
all right,
take.
all right, go,
That's
go.
that's the point of it. It's not Sheens. It's not the players. It's the bloody NRL.
Wow.
They want to add a 17th and an 18th team. How about focus on getting 16 good teams? What I saw with the Tigers game and the Bulldogs game, those are 2 clubs. The Bulldogs have made all these signings, right? And look, what's their for and against? Minus 300 or something, minus 200. Same as Tigers, minus 200. And there's still another 10 games to go in the season. Dragons as well. How about focus on getting 16 good teams before you want to, let's get a North Sydney Bear, let's get a New Zealand team.
Not everyone can be good though. That's
But you
reality.
can't, it's not about being good, it's being competitive. That's
The thing
not
is,
competitive.
let's say every team
There's
needs.
14 competitive teams this year.
Yeah, but every team needs 30 players.
Yeah.
Are there 17 times 30?
Exactly.
But okay,
NRL caliber
see,
players.
but it's not about it's the talent realistically, because if you have weaker talent on every team, the teams still match up well against each other because it's weaker talent. It's weaker talent on weaker talent. So it's about spreading out the best players from the top teams into the lower teams, which has happened with all of your signings and all the Bulldogs' signings. You guys are still shit. You've taken all these good players from these top teams and you're still shit. That's not something that can be fixed.
No, I don't know, bro.
That's just facts.
Well, the point is,
Look,
okay,
let me-
maybe we need to stop spreading talent.
I do want to
And-
read something out.
Okay.
Mick Potter
Yep. our
conceded
coach.
64. Jason Taylor conceded 60. Michael Maguire conceded 66.
Don't.
Ivan Cleary conceded 51. Breckin Morley conceded 72 last year. Sheens has conceded 74. This club is... They need to fold. I want them to fold. I want my club to fold. And this isn't just like post-match anger from...
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is genuinely how I feel. If the news came out tomorrow that the West Tigers folded as a club, I would be happy. I would be happy. I'll be happy. I'm not lying to myself. I'll be happy. Because
True
I don't know.
foundation club.
I think this club, it's unfortunately Balmain isn't producing any bloody talents. It's all from the West. Let's start off with that. It's all from the West.
Yeah, it's
So either go back to the Magpies. Balmain isn't what it used to be.
No.
With football.
Well, they ran out of money.
Exactly.
The club is completely propped up by the West.
The talent
Tigers.
And West Tigers,
and
the
yummy
two
pokey
people-
machines.
That's exactly. And the two people who run this club are running into the ground. And look, it's always the name game, the blame game, right? But
But the
who are the
disconnect.
two people who have stayed here the entire time? Since we haven't made the finals,
Brooks.
there's only Brooks, not Faluma. But who are the other? But not, you can't put all the blame on them.
Is it our CEO?
It's
Pasco.
Hajapan, Tellison, and Pasco.
Yeah.
How
Well, I
can
think-
they be content? This is their legacy as running clubs. How can they be content? Every single Tigers fan wants them gone.
Yeah.
How can they be content of just like, we're making money, stocks are hot, and
Yeah.
or
But this
whatever,
is what
however,
I'll say. Going down 74-0 is a massive worry. Is terrible. But also, just as bad is the news that came out 3 days earlier that there is a complete rift between our coaching staff and our head
I think
office.
that's all nonsense. I think
It's not.
all
There's
nonsense.
quotes.
Yeah.
They've like Benji and Tim Sheens have both said that they were unhappy with how our new head of
Bob Fulton.
Bob Fulton and our CEO have decided to go with our signings. And the Benji's issue was that they signed Fulton without even talking to them. The coaching staff had didn't have a seat at the table in something as big
Well, whose
as...
decision was that? Pasco.
Exactly. That's the point. So, sure, going down 74 is disgusting. It's awful. It's a terrible sign. But no top clubs have a complete rift that our 5-year plan is in the bin now because both of them have said that they
I'm
consider
seeing-
getting out.
I've been reading things that apparently Marshall's just going to take over next year.
Yeah, well,
Marshall's
Sheens wants out.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough.
He's too old for this shit, man. He's too old for this shit.
He's younger than Bennett.
Huh?
He's younger than Bennett.
Bennett's winning, bro. Bennett's at a club that's fine. But he's too old for this stressful getting pumped 74, having to face the media. Literally.
He
10
doesn't.
minutes
He
later.
doesn't have a lot of energy, it seems. But still,
He can't even.
I
keep
don't
his-
want to blame him at all.
He can't even keep his eyes open, man. Like
it's probably
When you look at the Michael Maguire transformation, going bolder than 3 years.
Yeah. I just think if you want to make a 5-year plan around coaches, that should be the core. And it seems like our head office, anytime there's pressure put on them, they shift it to the coach and sack him, and we just keep cycling through coaches. The Sheens Marshall thing made a lot of sense. We need to stick true to that. That's who the club should be siding with. And the board needs to get rid of
You're
Pasco. It just has to happen. You cannot drill a team into the ground for 9 straight years
and
keep your job and keep getting rid
stocks
of...
are up.
Yeah.
Look, we got this new center of excellence. Oh, look, I'm making money, bro.
well.
How can you be happy with this is your legacy?
Yeah.
Or these 6 coaches that you've had, Kamali being a deputy, but these 6 coaches that you've had
Destroyed.
have all,
Yeah.
51, 60, 72, and 7. Like 74-0 was the biggest record. What was the one before that? 72-6 last year, the same club.
What's
You know?
I'll just make a little point on that. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Some owners of sports teams
It's not how it is.
don't give.
It's
a
not
shit.
So why should we accept that?
Why should we?
I'm
You don't
not
have
saying
to.
you shouldn't. I'm just saying that's just
I'm
sometimes.
saying it needs to be changed.
Yeah,
That's the point we're trying to make.
Yeah, of course, but
But how much ownership
Unfortunately,
does Pasco have in the
Let's do a player
Tigers?
strike until he's gone, or
yeah.
a membership strike.
But also, I will say, we should be looking for an 18th team yet. How about let's fix the bloody teams that we've got
Back
now?
to the-
West Tigers have made the finals in 10 years. Get rid of them if you want to add another team. Get rid of them.
It's been like 13 years now.
Sorry, 10 years. I was
Get-
saying 10 years 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Get rid of Tigers and Dragons.
12, 13,
they're
14,
both.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Yeah,
This is
it's our
the 12th
12th year.
consecutive season without the finals.
Yeah.
At least
So
the
it will
Dragons.
be. It'll be 13.
At least the
years
Dragons
ago.
won a premiership, 11 or so years ago.
Yeah.
13
Um,
yeah.
And the Bulldogs,
Over the couple grand
they
finals in
haven't,
2010s.
they haven't.
Bulldogs
grand
made the
final
grand final in
2014.
But they've been pretty bad the past.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really. I watched a video where they did like the line graph of the players, the teams on their ladder position,
Yeah.
and Bulldogs. It's borderline a perfect descent since 2014. They have just gotten further and further every year.
And you think with Gus Gould,
The Tigers were kind of just like a pinball, like a
nine
pinball
nine
machine between 9th
yeah.
and 16. But the Bulldogs,
Oh,
they got a minor
it used to
premiership
be,
in
isn't
the early
it?
2010s.
This is what my dad said. We used to be getting clowned for coming 9.
Yeah,
I want 9.
I would love a 9.
I'd love a 9.
Now
We were beating top 8 teams
Yeah.
like it was nothing. We would beat.
That was our problem.
Robin Hood.
We couldn't
Exactly.
beat. Yeah, we couldn't beat the bottom teams.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
anyway,
But
it's,
now,
a good,
yeah, look,
it's a good hot take.
to add. Look, do you want to look for an 18th team?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think
they-
you either get rid of 17 or you go to
Yeah,
18.
I
I
hate
hate
the draw.
17. Yeah.
So you can't remember. I reckon.
I think the Dolphins. is a great,
It's either you invest.
Yeah, the
more-
Dolphins were
it works
successful. That's
so
the
Dolphins
well.
are successful.
So
either
why
you
would they
invest
have never?
because either invest more money into shitty teams like the bloody Tigers. Look, like
That's
look
just
at
unfair.
Disaster,
Why are you
but
investing more money into teams that are run shit? Why
Introduce,
would you give money?
introduce a draft system, something. You know,
But
look
also,
at the
you
NBA.
complain about not being enough depth for 18th teams. Is there enough depth for a draft system?
No.
No,
A draft.
no way.
Yeah, because it's also drafts work really well when you have like academies where we're all grassroots.
Yeah. The NRL
capture-
will have to pretty much come out and take over every single grassroots
it's crazy.
organisation.
It would be crazy.
It'd be so much money for the first couple of years.
Well, unless you just draft out of
That's
Jersey
what I'm
flag.
saying. Draft
Like
out
Jersey
of,
flag axes.
yeah.
Yeah, but
The colleges,
that's
all
so
the-
Or
Yeah,
just
annoying
draft.
for squad
Just draft.
depth. That
just
is
draft.
so
But it also
What do you think of
it
this
also
idea?
all it does is extend clubs like Roosters, and it completely destroys like Penrith. Why would you invest all of this money and time into grassroots if there's a draft system where all your work can just be picked off?
Yeah,
What do
that's
you,
the problem.
What do you
You
think
need-
of
That's what the NRL has to run.
What do you think,
Exactly.
I'm just spitballing here. What do you think of a draft, literally straight out of NRL teams, of
What? No,
Like,
you
you
can't. You
sign-
can't force people to go somewhere else.
Because then you also risk that you can
you sign? Okay, you can sign a contract. However, you can only sign one contract at a time. So okay, you want to sign a 10-year contract? I'm just spitballing here, just literally for fun. You sign. Okay, you want to sign with the
So
team
all
for-
free agents enter a draft.
Yep. You can't re-sign with a
The
club.
problem is then you
You
have
can't
to get rid
re-sign-
of players signing. It becomes less about the players' decision, like in the NBA where players are literally
Also,
pawns and
with
you can
how-
just
You
trade
can just
them.
put them off.
That's not their
That's
choice.
what I'm
with-
saying.
I
with
think
how,
I-
with how, like not,
I think
but
that's
like
right.
how common it is in NRL compared to other sports where people try and force their own way out of contracts and stuff, it wouldn't work.
I think what the NRL should, the one thing we should steal from the NBA is the luxury tax. Where
You can re-sign players over the
yeah. So for example,
Be just-
the Bunnies, Adam Reynolds. So in the NBA, it's if you stay there for more than like 4 years.
Yeah.
I think if you're a junior, so like Adam Reynolds, you can go over the salary cap to retain your junior. So because they had to let him go because they couldn't afford him and thought he was
But-
too old, you would hypothetically be able to pay a
X
certain
amount isn't included in the salary cap.
Yeah, X amount
Yeah.
isn't included in the salary cap, but I think then
You have to pay-
extra.
You
right?
pay a certain amount for every
dollar you go over.
million-
Yeah, or
million over.
Yeah.
Or with my idea, literally, like, you sign one contract. It could be like a 5 year. Let's say, okay, I want to sign this player for 5 years. You can't re-sign him. So you can
What?
choose if you want to. You sign him. You can sign him on like a 10-year deal.
I-
you get him for
but
10 years.
yeah.
You can't re-sign him.
Clubs don't like 10-year deals, so
Yeah.
Then sign him on like a 4-year deal,
They
but
don't
then
like
you
4
can't re-sign him. So when you've got a
No.
player, you got to choose how.
It's a
long.
funny idea. It would never
I
work.
It's such a good. It's
I-
not gonna. It's stupid. but
I
it's
think
just
that
goofy.
before any of those concepts, if they were to do something, then other than adding an 18th team, just you'd get a second level where
Yeah.
they get
A
get
genuine-
promotion, relegation. That might not work because a lot of top teams will stay at the top, but that's probably the
It's
best.
because
out
they
of all
didn't.
the
They
ideas.
they stopped wanting to invest all the money in having a genuine B grade
Yeah.
side, so they've
Yeah.
gone for back to the state level.
Also, the problem
Yeah.
is if considering how like tightly like strung some of the NRL clubs financially and how propped up they are by the NRL
Yeah,
itself,
already.
Yeah.
a promotion, a relegation to a club would be the club finish for some
Yeah.
teams. Some teams.
So
Yeah.
just to gauge.
Because you cut TV rights,
Yeah.
money at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
of
Just
the
to gauge a
season.
room. Anyone else have a hot take?
I have a hot take.
I'll let you go first.
Alright. The calls for carving up the New South Wales Blues side, including Brad Fittler, is incorrect. I think we keep Fittler for another year because there is no one else to take his spot.
Well, that's because no one wants to do it.
Yeah.
No one wants to do it. 'cause
Who's going to take Fittler's spot?
Anyone's better than him.
He, He made...
Get my dad. Like, he's crap. He's
He's
Okay,
still,
okay,
he's
you know what
still
I reckon?
one series.
You know, I reckon get him to coach, get me to pick the team.
Well,
You coach,
there is a
let
three
me-
selecting panel. No one talks about it. Greg Alexander and is it Laurie Daly?
I have no idea.
Oh no, it's
Andrew
Joey Johns.
Joey Johns is
It's
there.
Joey
yeah,
Johns.
Joey Johns.
Those three selected it. They would have had that plan to have Damien Cook play. It was the wrong plan, 100%. But at the end of the day, he's still won 3 series.
Get like Bryce Vanessa.
He's
But
the-
also, how would you feel if you were Fittler and told, we're pretty much just waiting for a better coach to come out? Because
Yeah, I mean-
what it would be was Bellamy's contracted for next year. And
I
this
think
year.
he said he wanted to step down.
Yeah, Fittler said this is my judgment day. But if he steps down, fine. If he
Please
doesn't,
do.
I don't think we sack him.
Please do stay.
And my other point is getting rid of Tedesco and Turbo
Yeah, I
and
think we should get
everything.
rid of Tedesco.
Definitely.
Turbo? No, Turbo's thing I think we should get rid of because he's made of glass. I don't care. He's made of glass. I didn't want him picked for game 1 because I'm just so scared if someone looks at him funny, he would just get hurt. You know what I mean?
But people are saying this game 3 we should completely overhaul.
I think you try things.
I think
I
he's trying
think
to.
sure.
But also, I think
You
there's-
don't drop
I don't-
half the side.
I don't think there's any point in selecting anyone else over Tedesco because I think the long-term fullback for New South Wales is Latrell.
Oh yes,
Is
he's
Latrell,
Yes.
and he's not playing anyway. Like you're not going to be. If Dylan Edwards isn't playing in there long term, he's what
No.
27, 28
No.
already.
Even Turbo is before Edwards.
Yeah, I don't get the course of that. Speaks.
But to know Turbo, I don't know any. Like, I'm sorry, he's just another Pappenheim.
Yeah, but
He's
Trell's
just-
only 25.
Turbo hasn't
He's
played.
young still.
Turbo hasn't played.
Sorry,
ha-
Pappenhausen with the Arnold, but
Turbo
Yeah.
hasn't played more than half a season.
Yeah,
since-
Edwards isn't actually next in line. So I am tempted to say play Nico at 6 after.
I just
after this
think
week.
it's crazy how you can win Dalian Player of the Year and then not get picked.
Yeah,
for
but we had that choice last game. We literally said, no, we playing Moses.
should have dropped Luai. Should have. I know it could have, should have, would have. We're going back and.
So you do a whole new. I mean,
Yep.
maybe.
Yep, because
I think it should have been Nico, but Moses played fine. Like honestly,
he played good. Yeah.
I
Moses
just think
and Nico, Moses or Walker.
I just think it's really panicky to say.
I think
Let's
Cody
drop
Walker.
half the team.
I
Let's
think.
drop half.
Well,
the
let's use this game as an experimental game.
I know, it's
think
fine
you
to
play
drop-
Cody Walker, Nico Hines.
No, because I
think
don't disagree with
he's-
that because I think Cody Walker's too old anyway, and he's not someone that is going to
Yeah,
consistently always be. This guy's
yeah.
a lock for Origin.
Bro, watch next year we pick Cleary and Luai again.
I think,
And
I,
I
think
If
will
it's
Penrith win the grand final, we'll do it again.
I think it's fine to cover up a team, but as long as you've got a long-term plan in
Yeah.
place about why you're doing this,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
just because we want to try someone out who might be Origin
Yeah,
level.
yeah, yeah.
If you have a plan of what you want to do,
Hines makes sense to try out.
Hines makes sense.
He's a long-term option.
I don't.
I
think
would have
it's-
dropped Stefano. A lot of people are predicting we drop Stefano because who's back? Someone's fit again.
He
I
just
think
did
it-
nothing wrong.
Yeah, but like, he didn't do anything wrong. If you're saying
The
we think he's
forwards
an
aren't
option,
those little forward bench players. They're not the problem.
Yeah.
They're not the problem.
I wouldn't drop Hudson Young because he's a genuine long-term.
You want these young players to
Yeah.
play.
I dropped Junior Baller since he's saying he doesn't want to play next year, right?
Did he?
Origin?
Don't
I thought he
know
said
I
that.
didn't see that.
Oh, maybe I'm just
Maybe.
tripping.
I think that. The
I don't think he
centers-
should.
The centers, Campbell Graham should have been picked. Game
Yeah.
1, he should have been picked.
Just a solid.
But I heard a
overall
really good take about the main problem with the Blues, and I don't actually think it's the selection, the players specifically, but it's where we've selected because he said that we have a Penrith backline trying to play a Penrith style of footy
Yeah.
without a Penrith front pack, which is big hitters. We have meter eaters
Yeah.
in the team, which is brilliant. Payne
Payne
Haas,
Haas,
meter,
yeah.
but he doesn't go with massive force, which is why the Penrith
He
backline
breaks tackles,
works.
he goes.
Yeah. The Penrith backline works because they just have Moses Leota and Fisher Harris just buncing kids,
Yeah.
hitting hard, opening up this space in the back end of the set for the Penrith backline. For Dylan Edwards
That's actually a
too.
great take. too.
But
Yeah.
so you have to pick as the New South Wales. Our front pack is good. Our back line is good, but they have to gel. So if you
Yeah.
want to pick a bunny style forward pack or a Parramatta or a Bronco style forward pack, which is gaining meters, you have to pick that style of back line.
Yeah.
You can't have this mismatch.
Mm.
And that's what Queensland do. They all play the same style of footy.
Yeah, but also you shouldn't be playing club footy at Origin because everyone plays.
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Everyone plays that week in, week out.
Yeah,
it needs to
yeah.
be something different.
Yeah. So maybe, as we said, Penrith friends. I don't know.
That's just
Yeah.
all hopefully. all
Let's
I
hear
selected.
Archer's hot take and then we'll wrap up.
This one's a bit silly, but
Oh, great.
I'm convinced that the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Still gone.
Anyway, so I'm convinced that the NRL is scripting our season.
What the fuck?
I
There's
want to
This has been the TJ
No, you gotta let me explain.
Thank you. No, we're not letting you explain.
The
You
general
gotta
mission,
explain.
there's been a general
No,
mission.
no.
We're not
no,
a
no.
conspiracy theorist YouTube channel.
Alright,
Let me
it's
explain.
8:51. It's 8:51. I'll give you to 8:53.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Monkeys rant.
every year we either start off bad or we start off good and then be bad, right? And then we hit Origin, Latrell gets injured, we just lose, and then win the final 5 games of the season, come 6th, make the semis and lose.
Sorry,
That
wait.
hasn't happened in the
You're
last
also-
4 years.
Your excuse
last
for
year.
everything being scripted is that players get injured in a contact
So how's
sport?
Latrell Mitchell? Yeah.
But no, I feel like
So
he's,
what- sorry,
he's faking his injury.
Why
He
are
could've
Manly
played-
scripted then as well?
He's faking his injuries.
Why
Then
are
get
Manly
mad.
scripted?
Then get mad at Latrell Mitchell, not the NRL.
Man, the
But-
Tiger
but-
script is just be really bad every year. Damn.
Bro, gotta fire his NRL, writing the script. That's
You're
gonna be
getting
fire.
mad that you're making it to the prelims. Oof.
Yeah.
You bagging me out.
The
You're saying
grass
we're in the
is-
same place when I was making
The
fun
grass
of
is I don't have a pot to piss in, bro. I don't know why I said that. The grass is not greener on the other side. Archer, take the prelims. Anyway, this has been the General Mission podcast. As always, we'll see you next week, and
Hopefully without Archer's tinfoil hat.
yeah, and
Yeah.
hopefully without the West Tigers in the competition. Thank you for watching.